The Spark Awards 2019 is made possible in part by the following.
Just like having relevant and accurate information is necessary to make sound hiring and lending decisions, being engaged in our community is important. DataFax is proud to support the positives and be a sponsor of the Spark Awards.
Lipscomb & Pitts Insurance has been serving the Memphis community for over 60 years. We're excited to help honor those who share our goal of supporting our community and igniting positive change in the Mid-South. Lipscomb & Pitts is proud to be a sponsor of the Spark Awards.
On behalf of the Champion Promotion Team, we're honored to be a presenting sponsor of this year's Spark Awards. Champion has been involved with the Spark Awards since the very beginning, designing the custom award given to each of the honorees. This was very dear to Mike Bowen's heart. We are proud to continue this tradition.
For nearly 50 years, we've been helping companies and organizations grow and expand their brand. From shirts and polos to promotional products and awards, Champion Promotion's dedication to our customers extends from being on brand, on everything, to being a catalyst in the community. So we salute all of this year's honorees and all who are making a difference in our great city.
Additional funding for the Spark Awards is provided by Christian Brothers University, Mueller Industries, YMCA of Memphis and the Mid-South, Meriton, United Way of the Mid-South, MyTown Movers, MyTown Roofing, MyTown Miracles, Stuart Lloyd Cohen, Chief Motivation Officer, and by Serves. Event support for the Spark Awards is provided by Mahaffey Event and Tent Rentals, creating memorable spaces for events for over 90 years, and by Nolan, the audiovisual solution.
Have you ever been excited by a new idea? Inspired by watching someone lead by example? When we talk about creating change, we start by sharing the stories of everyday heroes who are making a difference in their own way, so we can learn and do the same. This truth is the power behind the Spark. I'm Jeremy Park, and this is the Spark Awards. And here are your hosts, Tracy Bethay and Rob Grayson.
Thank you, Jeremy Park, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here as we celebrate the organizations and people who make Memphis and the Mid-South an inspiring place to live. This is the 6th year that we've gathered together to present the Spark Awards.
The Spark Awards recognize the spirit of community engagement, leadership, and generosity across a variety of categories. It's not something we measure numerically or by dollar amounts. We look at the stories of inspiration, of giving back, the acts of kindness that can be performed with a dedicated heart. Whether you are the representative of a large business, or nonprofit, or an individual volunteer.
In the next hour, we'll present 13 awards representing 4 categories, plus our final Legacy Award to honor a lifetime of service and giving back to the community. But before we begin telling you the stories of our honorees, we have a message from the man who keeps the spark shining all year long. The president of City Current and host of the TV series The Spark, Jeremy Park.
Each day in the Mid-South, there are countless organizations and individuals rolling up their sleeves, giving back and helping others. These everyday heroes are doing things like mentoring, teaching our children, and serving those among us who need food and shelter. We rarely see these efforts showcased during a newscast because the do-gooders don't seek attention. But these community champions are working hard every day, and we're a better city as a result of their efforts. We're now into our 7th year of The Spark and our 6th year of the Spark Awards. The Spark is our monthly television series on WKNO, which focuses on sharing the positive stories and lessons learned from those who are powering the good, so we can see the good taking place in our community, be inspired, and learn how to make an even greater difference ourselves. The Spark Awards is our annual televised award show that's an expansion on our efforts to recognize and honor those who are doing the hard work and the heart work to make a difference. It's an opportunity for you as the public to nominate individuals and organizations in 13 categories, and then for us to be able to share some of their stories in this special hour-long broadcast. Once again, we received a tremendous amount of inspiring nominations, and we had the help of a very generous organization, the Midtown Memphis Rotary Club, who read through each one and selected our winners. Now let's learn more about the Midtown Memphis Rotary Club and how the winners were selected.
The Midtown Memphis Rotary Club's mission is to improve the quality of life in Memphis and the broader community. We meet after work on Tuesday evenings in the Annex building of the Southern College of Optometry on Madison Avenue. Guests are always welcome. We are honored to participate in the selection process for the 6th Annual Spark Awards. We review all of the nominations in each category, considering the nominees' philanthropic leadership, volunteerism and activism, and impact within our 5-county Memphis metro area. We extend our congratulations to the winners and to all the nominees who make Memphis a better place.
We all want to see Memphis and the Mid-South thriving, and business is the lifeblood of any community. The ways that businesses give back are as unique and individual as the creative, enterprising souls that run them. Our first set of awards represent the corporate category, honoring the businesses, small and large, that inspire us with their strong culture of service. Presenting the corporate awards tonight is Lori Spicer Robertson of the United Way of the Mid-South. The first award in the corporate category is for companies with less than 100 employees.
Top Cat Masonry Contractors is a masonry contractor licensed in Tennessee and Mississippi. Top Cat was started in the den of our home in 1997, and we are a true family business. We have both of our daughters working for us now. We have one in the field and one in the office, and we had no idea that we would be where we are today because we started with a small dream. We're a general contractor, but we specialize in brick, block, rock, stone, precast, glass block for commercial and industrial projects. We just finished Goodlett Elementary School. We're currently working on Alsea Elementary School, and historically our jobs have been in the school arena, and we specialize in that masonry and making sure that we have the best and the biggest and brightest people on board. We believe that giving back is very vital to the impact of the community. Our office is in the heart of Whitehaven, which is an opportunity zone now. And we're looking at opportunities to partner with additional businesses to ensure that we're impacting our community in a positive way. We have 2 other companies that we've partnered with. One is concrete and the other is electrical. And the company is named TAP, which is Top Cat, A1, and Precise. And the 3 companies have identified that it's better to work together as opposed to individually. And so we're constantly looking at ways to impact the community and work together, because if the community is successful, the businesses will be successful as well. The apprenticeship was identified initially to help young people become taxpayers and not tax burdens. And what that is an earn while you learn type of environment. You earn a living wage, and you're able to gain a lifelong skill, yet be able to feed your family. And so it's important that we come together to help ensure that our young people have a solid skill set. And that's why TAP and the apprenticeship program was realized. Additionally, having the opportunity to impact young people and show them that there is a path. I'm a product of the public school, and so is my husband, which is my partner, and he has been in masonry all of his life. And so we know what the impact of a positive collaboration and a positive learning environment will give you. Give what you have learned. Don't be selfish, and reach out to others. Help others see their benefit and see how they can be a positive force. Partner with the schools, partner with the youth organizations. It really helps young people just to see that if they can do this, I can do this as well, and give them a dream and a hope to be better and move forward in a positive light.
That's Bridget and Robert Green of Top Cat Masonry accepting the Spark Award.
Our second award in the corporate category is for companies with 100 to 499 employees.
Buckman was founded in 1945 here in Memphis, and this is the headquarters for the North America Company as well as the Global Company. And we offer innovative solutions and smart chemistry for our customers. Buckman Cares, we actually are in our 10th year of a formal program. We have our 3 pillars: education with focus on youth, and environmental stewardship, and health and human services. We had over 63% of our associates participate in volunteer events, which impacted over 70,000 people, and that was over 5,000 volunteer hours. Buckman has been an adopter of local schools for over 40 years. Our current school that we have adopted is Springdale Elementary, and our associates love volunteering and supporting the students, their families, and staff. And we are involved in so many things there. We have a learning garden and an outdoor classroom, and then we provide backpacks of school supplies to the students and their teachers at the beginning of every year. We participate in career days and STEM days. We also work with Memphis Kids in Nature and providing field trips to farms and areas outside the city so the students can go hiking and fishing, and then also with Wolf River Conservancy and educational opportunities. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for our associates because they can volunteer on work time. And so when they start out their day and you walk into the school and the little children are so happy to see you, and the smiles and the greetings from the teachers as well, and it just gives you a bright start to your day. We do support the Buckman Boys and Girls Club and are involved with the children there and the director. I think seeing how our associates interact when they are volunteering, especially when we have new associates that maybe haven't volunteered as much, and just to see how full they are with the experience and just the smiles on their face in order to give back. I have people say, well, I thought I was volunteering for Buckman, but I am volunteering for myself.
There we have Beth Bazar accepting the trophy on behalf of Buckman.
Our final award in the corporate category is for companies with 500 employees or more.
Hollywood Feed is a natural and holistic pet food merchant. We are proudly Memphis-based and Memphis started. We proudly celebrated Hollywood Feed's 101st store opening about a month ago. We boast over 600 employees in 14 states. As I sometimes say, it's like having 101 children, and you love each one of them. We feel like that's part of what makes Hollywood Feed different, is that we are dedicated to trying to eradicate homeless pets. And we do everything we can by hosting events, by taking them in ourselves, by fostering, by supporting these people who do the work on the ground and these adoption groups. We all live what we preach. Many of us are very active with fostering with local rescues, working with MAS when they get overcrowded to see what we can do to keep those animals off the endangered list. We have over 150 rescue partners that we work with. We do about 1,500 adoption events in our stores every year. We donate over 100,000 pounds of food to rescue groups and adoption centers all across the states that we serve. Many times, if there's been a natural disaster, some of the rescue groups or shelters in the area are just overrun with dogs and cats, so we send food down there when we need to. Many of the local rescue groups, part of the problem is money, and they need money because they need food to feed the animals. So we are dedicated to providing every year lots of food, thousands of pounds of food to our local rescue groups. We try to support our local vendors wherever we can. We're very proud of our Mississippi-made dog beds. We actually use the scraps from our dog beds, trying to be good stewards of the environment, and we make collars and leashes out of those. And we've actually increased the number of collars and leashes that we've been able to manufacture out of dog bed scraps. In Georgia, we make locally made jerky. Right here in Midtown Memphis, we make our own bakery biscuits and cookies, and we now supply all 101 stores with biscuits and cookies made right here in Midtown Memphis. Everybody's life is enriched by having a pet, and we help you to find the right food, the right training products, so that your relationship with your pet is actually enriched and is better. Finding where your passion is makes it so much easier. It's not a job for us. We don't just do this to come in and punch a clock and make a few bucks. I mean, this is what we believe in. We all know that animals enrich our lives, and we're just trying to enrich their lives. So if you have the passion, then the work just comes easily, and it's a great partnership.
That's Kent and Kay Willis accepting the Spark Award for Hollywood Feed. Now we move on to our nonprofit awards, recognizing those organizations founded for the purpose of doing good in our community. Recognizing a need and opportunity to serve, these groups step up to help others, leading with their hearts and by example. Presenting the nonprofit awards tonight is Brandon Connors of Champion Promotion. Our first award is for nonprofits with an operating budget under $1 million.
Arise to Read is a nonprofit that focuses on early childhood literacy. We recruit volunteers from churches, businesses, community members that will commit to serve an hour a week for the majority of the school year. And during that hour a week, they're going to work with 2 children, one each for 30 minutes. They're going to work on a very simple sight word approach. And sight words are those words that you can't sound out. If children can't read these words, they're sitting there trying to sound them out, then they're never focusing on comprehension. And when children can read these words, it builds their reading fluency, which improves their reading comprehension, and we can help support sending them on to 3rd grade so that they can leave 3rd grade reading proficiently. We supported over 1,200 children last year in Shelby County schools and 3 schools in the Achievement School District, and only 19% of them were on sight word grade level. When we post-tested in April, 67% of our children were on sight word grade level. That's going to improve their graduation rate. Children who are reading on grade level by the end of 3rd grade have an 89% graduation rate. 75% of crimes across the United States are committed by high school dropouts. So when we're preparing children to be successful after high school, then that means we reduce crime. We provide Memphis with a more educated workforce, we can attract more businesses, we can spend more money in the Memphis community and make it a more vibrant and safe community for all of us. We had over 1,200 volunteers last year serving the children, and the latest statistics that we had prior to me coming on board last year is that 86% of our volunteers keep coming back. I always tell our volunteers at training that they think they're coming to save a child, but these children save them. They find out just how eager they are to learn, how excited they are to see them, and when the children walk in that room and the faces just light up when they see their volunteers. So our volunteers are everything. We started in 1 school, and that was Treadwell Elementary, and this year it's the beginning of the 7th year for Treadwell, and we've gone from 1 school to now 42 schools. And this is a benefit for all of us in the community, so I would encourage anybody watching that this is your opportunity to spend just 1 hour a week to really make an impact, not just for a child, not just for their family, but for all of us in the Memphis community.
Here we have Karen Vogelsang receiving the Spark Award on behalf of Arise to Read.
Our second award in the nonprofit category is for organizations with an operating budget between $1 and $5 million.
Pure Power is an organization now starting its 15th year in schools. We are in classrooms of 5 high schools this year: Ridgeway, East, Whitehaven, Kingsbury, and Douglas. And in those 5 high schools, we're in the English, Math, Science classes. And we affect about 5,000 students and 130 to 40 teachers each and every day. The collaboration between Shelby County Schools, the University of Memphis, and Pure Power is a unique one that many across the country have come to see. And it allows us to work together in a more simplistic way that creates a symbiotic relationship that we look for in a town like Memphis, which is so generous. Success Coach is what we call our University of Memphis students who we've recruited, trained, and employed, and we've placed them into classrooms, and we pay them a wage between $11.50 and $15.50 an hour to be in the classroom. The impact there is that students in high school see college students who are being successful, and it's also, as David Rudd has said, it's not just the one being helped that's helped, it's the one helping. Really, it's almost the grit and grind. We put in over 2,200 hours per week in classrooms. So we're in there every day. We're not once a week, we're not once a month. We're in there every day working with the teachers, working with the students, and the results become evident by the end of the year. Probably the thing that gives me the most pride is that teacher retention at the schools we're in is extremely high, and in order for schools to be successful, they have to have continuity. The next is our graduation rate is about 12 percentage points higher than their peer schools. And finally, the University of Memphis students that we employ, our success coaches, are graduating at 83% rate in 5 years, which is 32% higher than their peers at the school and 35% higher than the national average. ACT Prep is given 4 times a year, and each time has 6 sessions. And we open it up to 300 students and for students all across Shelby County. And they are tutored in English, math, and science and given ideas of how to best take the test. Well, as we collaborate with the University of Memphis and Shelby County Schools, our dream is to be able to have peer power into all the schools that are needed here in Shelby County. Our teachers are just wonderful in Shelby County Schools. Together with the community, we can really make a difference in getting students across the line to graduation and continue to show the world why Shelby County is a wonderful place to live.
That's Bill Sinnert, Executive Director of Peer Power Foundation, receiving the Spark Award.
Our final award in the nonprofit category is for organizations with an operating budget over $5 million.
Agape Child and Family Services. We are 50 years old this year, which is amazing. Agape is a faith-based organization that has served deeply in this community. Our focus is poverty reduction, is to fight poverty at all its levels, including systemic. So we're working deeply in communities where people live, going to all the places that they go, serving everyone in their household in this 2-generation holistic poverty reduction model to fight poverty in its fullness at a community level, at a systemic level, and with many partners. Kind of the dirty little fact is only about 5% of our families, our neighbors that live in dire poverty here in Memphis ever escape poverty. And so 12 years ago we said we will no longer raise any dollars that does not focus directly on what communities say are our strengths and what are the barriers standing in the way. We're specifically in apartments in the surrounding area, so I have 130 staff embedded in those communities. And so if you are a child birth to 5 years of age, we're focused on not only your social, emotional development, but being ready to go to kindergarten. If you're a child or children in that home that's kindergarten to 12th grade, we're in all the schools that our kids go to from the 3 communities that we live in, addressing life matters that are impacting them academically. We have a focus around workforce development and jobs, and I have staff working with the chamber, working with WIN, helping them get to not just a job, but to a career. So $15 an hour or more, and we're evaluating and measuring all these places. Looking at housing, and so homeless families fleeing out of domestic violence, becoming homeless, providing housing within apartments in these surrounding areas, holistically wrapping around. And then we have churches in the center, and as a faith-based organization upon people's volition, their choice. If they want hope through churches and those communities of faith, then we're in the center doing that. To see homeless families, moms and children who flee out of domestic violence and all that means. When she is given a key to her own apartment, walks in, says, "This is mine," I feel the love from some stranger. And to go from that point to a place of saying, I now have not only a key, but I have a job. My kids are where I want them to be. They have safety. It may still be really, really hard. But I now have control of my life and our life. And I can see that there is a tomorrow. That gives a lot of joy to be able to see that. I've got a great team, I've got a great staff. We've got 1,000 volunteers, have over 100 partners. I have a board of directors that is just trusting and trustworthy. We have donors. At the very core, to know that you're doing something that is building community, and it's something innate within all of us, in our heart and our desire, that brings about good and goodness. It's bigger than us. That drives me every day.
There you see David Jordan and Tori Taylor taking the Spark Award from Brandon Connors. One of the best ways to learn and grow is to listen. Education is vitally important for the future of our community, and those who take responsibility in this field are literally the ones shaping our future. We can all learn from listening to the stories of these phenomenal educators. Here to present the awards in our education category is Felicia Peet, WKNO's Education Manager. Our first award recognizes the importance of an institution in shaping and supporting the education and the lives of its students.
University Middle is a new middle school in Memphis. It's a laboratory school affiliated with the University of Memphis in partnership with Shelby County Schools. The emphasis of University Middle is on project-based learning, really exposing our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders to real-world problems that they can develop complex solutions to through partnerships with faculty and departments on campus and in the community. Employers in the community are telling us they want candidates in the job force that are able to solve problems, think creatively, innovatively, and work collaboratively. So instead of waiting for these kids to get to college to teach those skills and those competencies, we're actually adding it into the middle school curriculum now. And so students work with faculty members around topics that are interesting to them, but that our community has a real need to address. And they work through each of their core subjects along those lines and throughout those projects throughout the semester by using university resources. They're on our campus, they're in the library, and they're meeting with experts in the community who have a real passion and knowledge around those specific areas. Our students are still learning the core content that any other student in Shelby County would be receiving as part of a quality education, but they're also engaging with that content in new and innovative ways. Instead of just writing a paper, they may be publishing a website. They may be creating a podcast instead of writing an essay. And so they're really able to use real-world tools and technology to surround that learning in a new and exciting way. Each student has an iPad that they use throughout the school day, and then on Fridays, the students spend their entire day at the University of Memphis. And they take that technology with them so that their classroom is really in their hands the whole day. There are 6th graders in our community that have never set foot on a college campus. They may have never even conceptualized that college is an option for them, but it is. And so right now in the 6th grade in middle school, they're a part of the University of Memphis. They're a part of our community, and we hope they stay with us for a long time. And so as we create this compendium from birth to graduation, middle school is such a critical component of that experience. And we believe that it's really a platform that they can jump from into really high quality high school and collegiate experiences. Really teaching these students to be leaders in real time right now, not waiting for them to be leaders when they graduate high school or college, but teaching them you can lead today and here are the tools you need to do that. And so I think part of the evolution of the school is really going to be predicated upon where the students want to take it.
There we have Sally Parrish, Leisha Brooks, and James Smith accepting the award for University Middle School.
Our next award recognizes the profound influence that a caring and capable teacher can have on students.
My name is Mary Riddle. I am the Director of Environmental Education and Sustainability at Hutchinson School. My job is to help classroom teachers teach whatever it is that is on the board for their curricular objectives through using nature, through using our school farm, and through using the outdoors to help create more meaningful, longer lasting lessons for the kids at Hutchinson. Our school farm and agriculture program, it's not an add-on, it's not an extra thing. It is, for us and the way we teach, it's an essential teaching tool. So we use the school farm to teach things like world languages, history, poetry, math, and of course to teach science. We know that the Memphis region is on the cutting edge of agricultural technology, and we want to make sure that our girls at Hutchinson are prepared for those jobs of the future that we see growing so quickly here. We want it to be a community resource. We have a gem of a resource here, and we know it's going to be fantastic for our girls, but we also want to make sure that this can be a place where anybody in Memphis who wants to learn about this can learn about it. This is, I believe, the most critical work facing our world, and equipping them with the knowledge that they can make a difference, that they have an obligation to make a positive difference. I see that as being a fundamental part of a 21st century education. Just delivering lessons outside creates long-term connections to the world around them, creates positive bonding experiences with their fellow students and with the adults, and it creates long-term comprehension and increased academic achievement. So there are so many reasons, from the 50,000-foot philosophical view to the straightforward short-term academic view, that students should be outside as much as possible. This has been a dream come true for me. The girls are already brilliant at connecting what they're learning on the farm and through the farm to the wider world. Our issues of the environment and food and agriculture are on the forefront of world news right now. And so being able to help girls through projects that they know are relevant and critical for the times that they're living in is just, I can't describe how meaningful it is. It's incredible.
That's Mary Riddle of the Hutchinson School, receiving her award from WKNO's Felicia Pete.
Our final award in the education category recognizes an outstanding example of leadership in education.
My name is Archie Moss Jr. and I'm the proud principal at Bruce Elementary School. Bruce was one of the 4 schools to integrate in 1961 on October 3rd, those 13 grade first graders. And so every day that I have the opportunity of leading my building as an African-American male, it's so interesting that I can stand proudly and say that I'm leading a school that originally wasn't designed for me. And so how we've just been able to transform as time has gone on. We look a lot different. We're very diverse still, but again, we're still able to make an impact within not just the school community, but the Memphis community as well. So it's so excited, and I think it's a great honor to be able to lead this awesome and historic school. That was one of the initiatives that I wanted to start, making sure that all my scholars have a bedtime story read to them. Each night is great, but if not, every Tuesday evening, they know Principal Moss is going to be there to read them a story, to try to make sure that we were infusing and creating a culture of reading. We've had numerous gains in math and science at our school, but we weren't seeing the same gains at a fast enough pace as we are in reading, and that's just what our focus is. Just anything to kind of make them engaged in reading outside of school has been amazing. I think it just continued to grow through not just Bruce, but across the district now. The district has now launched bedtime stories after my bedtime stories, so now not only are they getting a bedtime story on Tuesdays with me, but now the district has bedtime stories on Sundays and Thursdays. So I think it's just so amazing that the one small idea that we had at Bruce has kind of grown across the city of Memphis, and now scholars are being exposed to bedtime stories numerous times throughout the course of the week. The Gentlemen's League is an all-male mentorship program that I started to change those perceptions of what we see and what we think of black males. When we turn on the media sometimes, we see all these negative images of what's going on, but I have a school full of positive black boys that are trying to do what's best, that wants to change those perceptions, overcome obstacles, and just challenge those stereotypes. And I think that's what the Gentlemen's League is all about. We have workshops, there's different tutoring, we have book clubs, there's a step team component. So ultimately, it's just an opportunity to make sure that we're supporting our boys and make sure they understand that we believe in them, they can be successful, and there's a community that's going to be centered around you.
Good morning, Bruce Elementary School. Happy Friday, everyone. Again, we're looking forward to having an awesome day today.
I think the biggest thing I want people to really understand about me is, I am the kids I serve. I think I do this work because I see myself and the kids throughout the course of the building each and every day. And so I think it's personal to me. Oftentimes they say, as an educator, it's such hard work, but it really is leading with your heart, making sure that each and every child, no matter where they start, they're gonna end further than where they came to us at, and we're gonna care for them. We're gonna make sure they have everything they need to be successful. Being a 2018 Reward School is amazing, but we want to make sure that's something that we continue and make sure we continue to grow our scholars each and every day, because I think that's how we're going to close the achievement gap, to make sure that all of our scholars are on an even playing field when they move forward and matriculate from Bruce.
Here we have Principal Archie Moss of Bruce Elementary accepting his Leadership Award. There comes a time when each of us must ask ourselves, what have I done to make the world a better place? Sometimes the biggest challenge is taking the first step and believing that the actions of one person can truly make a difference. That's why we celebrate the honorees in our individual category. At any age and at any scale, we each have something to give. The stories of our individual honorees make that abundantly clear. Here to present the finalists for our individual category is Jennifer Sneed of the Midtown Memphis Rotary Club. Our first award is the Individual Youth Award.
My name is Logan Guliff. I'm 17 years old. I won MasterChef Junior and I'm a chef. I don't really have any formal training. I don't have a private chef. I don't really work in any restaurants. You know, before MasterChef Junior, I was really just alone in the kitchen with Mom, and I created my first recipe when I was 8. And I created my spice blends when I was 10. I met President Obama and ate in the White House. But when I was 11 and I was on the show, that's when it was really crazy. That was when everything started becoming more than just, I'm a kid in Memphis, I'm doing cool stuff, I'm working at the soup kitchen, I'm creating recipes. But after MasterChef Junior, that's when everything really got big, and I started to get asked to do these charity events. Since then, in the 5 years, you know, it's just been a steady fifth stream of just interesting and cool things. I've gone and I've judged the Young Chef Olympiad in India, and that was one of those experiences where I was like, oh my God, what I do here in Memphis can really go global. You know, it's just one of those incredible things for me, because I take a lot of pride in it, and I really love Memphis, and Memphis supported me when I was little and continues to support me now. And in that sense, you know, I don't think that I could do what I do anywhere else. I don't think that if I was in New York, or I was in LA, or I was in Chicago, it'd be the same. You know, I wouldn't have that grittiness. You know, Memphis has a little bit of grit and grind in it. And that grit and grind helps me get through a lot of my work. For me, working with nonprofits is so big. It started with the soup kitchen, and I was working down in St. John's, really close to my house. And then I kept working, and I just started the Real Men Wear Pink campaign, and that's going pretty well. And I've also done Dishes for Wishes in Nashville. I've done just all these different charities, just tons of them. And I've done ones up in New Jersey. I've done them in Roanoke. I've done them just everywhere. And I try and work with all of them, because, you know, there's always somebody to help. And there's always someone to work for. And I'm gonna help raise money and raise awareness for this big issue and this big cause.
There's the young chef Logan Guliff receiving his Spark Award.
The second award in the individuals category is the Collegiate Award.
My name is Edgar Cruz, and I'm currently a medical first-year student at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. And I recently graduated from Baptist College of Health Sciences, where I was the president of Colleges Against Cancer there, and I was the founding president. I founded it my first year in 2015. If it wasn't for the help that I got from my friends there, and also the support I got from the American Cancer Society, I would not have been able to establish that at all. College Against Cancer, that is a national college organization. What we do is that we try to take part in each of the American Cancer Society's events, so Relay for Life, Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, and also come up with our own events and try to make a difference here, at least locally. My work with the American Cancer Society, it all started off with my uncle died of colon cancer in his mid to late 30s. That really affected me as a child because that was the first time I ever had to deal with a real medical issue, and that's really what really got me interested into cancer. But I didn't know I really wanted to go into medicine until my mother suffered from a fractured tibia. That's where I really started getting interested into medicine because she was treated at Baptist Hospital here in Memphis, and I was just overwhelmed by all the support and care that she received from the physicians and all the other healthcare professionals at Baptist Hospital. Once I finished high school, I was looking to do some community service here in the Memphis community, and hopefully something to do with medicine. I looked online and saw that the American Cancer Society office here in Memphis was in need of office assistant, so they took me on as an office assistant, and I've been going weekly since up to this day. Relay for Life is it's now a worldwide fundraising event where all the money that's raised is directly invested into cancer research and cancer support programs. And we do see a lot of the money here in Memphis. Even at our local office, we offer free wigs for people who are going through cancer and would just feel a lot better with the wig. So we offer lots at the American Cancer Society, and I feel so grateful to have been a part of that. I feel as though that I would like to do something in primary care because I believe prevention is the best form of medicine because a lot of cancers nowadays can be prevented through good care. So if I can do that, if I can prevent cancer from ever becoming an issue in the first place, I feel like I would have made a difference in the world. I've just been blown away. Like, all these people each person has their own story, and if I'm able to help them, that just makes my whole day a whole lot better. I'm just happy if I can help them at all in any way.
You're seeing Edgar Cruz accepting his award from the Rotary Club's Jennifer Sneed.
The final award in the individual category is the Adult Award.
I'm John Neal. I started Courage Through Cancer in 2015 after a very serious episode with one of my identical twin sons, Harrison. He was diagnosed with a very rare, but luckily for us, a very treatable tumor, and it caused us to have a surgery at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. He was the 100th person to get this type of tumor. I can't spell it, I can't pronounce it, but it walked me through those doors for the first time. And 6 hours later, when I walked out of that place, I was never going to be the same person again. And on my way home, my best friend called to tell me that he had had stage 4 cancer diagnosed and it had come back. And for 4 months, Jerry showed the most remarkable triumph over cancer I've ever witnessed. Here's a guy that was playing sets of tennis with a chemo drip pack attached to his side. Here's a guy that is trying to talk to every single person in the IV room at West to inspire them to fight. And I was like, you know, man, I really need to do something that talks about what I'm witnessing here because people need to know your story. He goes, buddy, listen, I appreciate that, but there are others that inspired me. And so what we did as a concept with Courage Through Cancer is we started identifying people within the Mid-South from all various cancer facilities, finding people that could tell their story to show other Memphians how to fight this disease. My purpose with Courage Through Cancer is to force a conversation between all the different cancer facilities in the Mid-South by getting patients from all these different facilities to tell their stories of how they beat cancer, or if their loved one lost the battle, how they inspired others around them to keep fighting. It's simple people in the Mid-South that are telling incredible stories of inspiration to get everybody fired up to fight this thing. I think that one of the greatest things right now, we have all of our videos housed at YouTube, and now we're converting them all over to our website. And it's the most rewarding thing to watch and listen to the feedback from our honorees. We're able to reach people all across the country now with this media form, and it's allowing people to get instant feedback from people that have walked the walk. You can hear from an actual cancer patient what you're going to expect, how you can go through it, and they can be inspired to fight the same way that they have done. And to me, that's the greatest gift that you can give anybody, is to give them hope. And I've been blessed with tremendous people to carry this cross with me.
That's John Neal accepting his Spark Award from Jennifer Sneed. The final award of the evening is the Legacy Award. When we speak of someone who has built a tremendous legacy, we are speaking of a bright path laid out for others to follow. This year's honoree is an exemplary public servant who has shouldered tough responsibilities with determination, integrity, and spirit. What he has given our community is much more than a mere path.
We are very honored to be able to present this year's Legacy Award to Bill Morris.
I hope they say I did a good job, that I was fair. They don't have to say I was brilliant in all the things I ever did. They won't have to say that I didn't make mistakes, because I certainly did. But whatever mistakes I made, I think the community forgave me and gave me another opportunity, and it was wonderful. Seeing as a JC the needs that need to be addressed, as we did in the Sheriff's Department, we just simply created a campaign to make community aware these things exist and we need to correct them. So we nominated a person, turned out to be me at 31, to make the community aware, and all of a sudden, what I could spell sheriff was not relevant. I became sheriff at 31. And we became, as an organization, a very relevant organization in terms of addressing specific issues, such as a professional law enforcement agency, the elimination of corruption, and addressing the way that you can open the doors of law enforcement so you can be trusted by the community, and the community can be a part of it. The same thing would hold true for mayor. On the heels of Martin Luther King's assassination, the city was sitting on the back road, not accomplishing an awful lot, didn't have a strategy to move the city forward. We were not being competitive with other cities around the country. Consequently, I thought we could do different. I thought we could do better. And we elected a governor who felt the same way. And together we formed what we call the Memphis Jobs Conference, and we developed a strategy for our community. And getting the strategy, it meant unifying the community, the Chamber of Commerce, Memphis and May people, the City of Memphis, small town mayors, all of us unifying for a common goal, what we saw out there. And we decided we had some assets. We sold people on that Memphis is a good place to work and to be able to learn a new culture, to raise your children. And constantly, we brought a lot of new businesses. I've always been grateful for the fact it was hard times, but it was good learning times. Sacrifices were made by everybody. Today, at 87, I have the same level of passion for my community, my faith, my country, my family that I ever had, maybe more so. That's what we're about, you know. I have a great family. I have a loving family. I have 9 grandchildren, 11 great-grandchildren, a large family. And I can walk the streets and hold my head high about the role that our family has played in being responsible citizens of our community. And so, getting involved, engaged, if we want to have a quality community, we need to let our own passions emerge and become a part of maybe another person giving the lead, but you being involved in giving energy so you have a greater mass of energy. It's incredible how many opportunities there is for people to serve today on every corner. And so I would say to every citizen in Memphis and Shelby County today, or in the world, if you have a passion for some of those issues, find a vehicle, find people who are already doing this, climb on board, build the muscle, get over the horizon, gain success in solving that problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Spark Awards 2019 Legacy Award recipient, Bill Morris.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Absolutely. Say a few words.
For all the people who are watching this show today in Memphis and Shelby County, Memphis is alive and well because of you. All these organizations that have been presented today. I feel so in awe
of the organizations and leadership that we have in the city. But Jeremy, you know, somebody has to promote all of this. Somebody has to get the idea out there. Somebody has to do all of this, get that passion going. And you have done that so well with City Current, and now the organizations out here. I am so honored to receive this award. I'm so grateful that I've had the opportunity to live 70 years or so in Memphis, to be able to participate in what we've had. And you know what? Memphis is going to be all right because you have people like you. So let me just say this to everyone here. I am so grateful for every one of you. My family is safer and better and richer because you exist. There are people who are listening today are going to be given the opportunity to get involved in education, to get involved in mental health, to get involved in crime prevention, to get involved into making our streets safer, to make us more appreciative of the fact we still live in the greatest country in the world. And now with all of this happening, I just pray that you will prevail in getting others involved in doing the things that you do. I'm honored to be here today. I'm honored to be among you. Thank you.
Bill Morris! Absolutely. On behalf of the Spark Awards team, WKNO, City Current, the Midtown Memphis Rotary Club, thank you to all of our honorees for the difference you make, for powering the good in the Mid-South and beyond. Thank you to everyone watching for making a difference as well, for your heart of service, your hard work, your heart work. We appreciate it. Good night.
Just like having relevant and accurate information is necessary to make sound hiring and lending decisions, being engaged in our community is important. DataFax is proud to support the positives and be a sponsor of the Spark Awards.
Lipscomb & Pitts Insurance has been serving the Memphis community for over 60 years. We're excited to help honor those who share our goal of supporting our community and igniting positive change in the Mid-South. Lipscomb & Pitts is proud to be a sponsor of the Spark Awards.
On behalf of the Champion Promotion Team, we're honored to be a presenting sponsor of this year's Spark Awards. Champion has been involved with the Spark Awards since the very beginning, designing the custom award given to each of the honorees. This was very dear to Mike Bowen's heart. We are proud to continue this tradition.
For nearly 50 years, we've been helping companies and organizations grow and expand their brand. From shirts and polos to promotional products and awards, Champion Promotion's dedication to our customers extends from being on brand, on everything, to being a catalyst in the community. So we salute all of this year's honorees and all who are making a difference in our great city.